Hey, Ellie. Ellie says, "Hey, bro. Sorry, I have been really busy. I'm going to try to come up when you're alive, but I am going to the hospital to see my grandma and have been training to put my shoes on, and it didn't take long to put on my shoes this morning. Didn't take me long at all. They stood right on, as if I've been practicing. Well, thanks for stopping in, Ellie. I understand you're busy. I try to keep zero expectations for people, what they do, when they can come, when they can't come. It's all absolutely fine. So our friend Mary's Gigs is live. You guys want to head on over and keep Mary company? One of, if not the hardest working YouTubers out there, hardest workers ever. She's called Mary's Gigs for a reason. She takes you on her gigs work. Her gigs works. Her gig work. Her gigs work. I'll get it right one of these times. I'm just looking to see what else is going on. Our friend Goga. Goga's going to come up as a guest sometime soon. We're going to set something up. Um, he's been traveling, so when he's back, when he's settled, he's going to come up. We're going to talk about his yoga journey. Yoga is, in my opinion, yogi in the truest essence. Absolutely love our friend Goga. I was on his channel almost a year ago. It was the last Sunday of October last year. Um, so he's going to return the favor, come up for me, or I get to return the favor from. Hey, Jessica. So he is up now. If you guys want to grow your YouTube channel and you want to figure out how to do it, Goga's the man to go. His episode today is Unpacking Your Updated YouTube Studio Part 1, the setting tab. I did not know that it was updated. See that? Not even going to Goga's, I learned something. Our friend that started Ashing is live right now. He's another gig worker, very hard worker. I believe Jace and Skits are live right now. Guys, make sure you head on over and say hi to them. That's so far seems to be what's going um, on the YouTubes. I'm not the only show in town, so guys, go on over, support our friends. Sniper says, "Afternoon, Eric and Ellie. Hey, Sniper, slip-ons. I might start wearing. I might start wearing slippers when I go out and walk. Jessica, how are you doing? You still planning on going live this evening? Hey, Lee. Lee says, "Hey, Jessica, did you choose a name for the puppy?" Chance is his name. That is the one that won. So you did a poll. What's up, Marlon? Lee says, Marlon, is that you? It is him. Ellie says, hey, Ellie. Yes, tonight at 6 a.m. for a rainy live. Gotcha. Let me know if you need anything. This evening, Scroll Snap is going to come up. We're going to talk all things mystical, all things magical, wherever it heads to. We don't know. You just know it's going to be interesting. Sniper always has some stuff to share with us. One of the couple of things I'd like to talk with him is when did the path reveal itself to Sniper? When did he step on it? When did he know that um, the world was a little different than it was perceived, that there was some magic happening behind the scenes, as well as what's his practice now? Just a few things, but again, we never know where the conversation's gonna. I'm doing hand stuff. We never know where the conversation's gonna take us. We're gonna weave says, you never know, Sebi. Well, you saw me live in this channel when I was in Scotland, so yeah. Sam's hoping for slippers for Christmas. I inherited my dad's slippers. Yes, she did 2 polls. Chance is a good name. He says, Ron and Nizzy with laughing. All right, guys, what do you want to talk about? We had an awesome morning conversation. Sniper, what did we talk about? I know it was awesome, but I don't even remember what we talked about. Stuff. We talked about important stuff. Hey, Adam. Adam, the floor is yours whenever you feel like you want to come up, and we'll talk for the whole thing. You want to talk about free will? Boy, when you picked a contentious subject to talk about. No one wants to hear that they don't have free will. Of course they have free will. I can demonstrate it by turning you off and going somewhere else right now. We can do breath work. Definitely. Adam says, so Yogi and Jessica, and we will again do it sooner rather than later. We'll do it in just a few minutes. Just give me a second. Jessica, how are you feeling? And then we'll steer our breath work in that direction. Adam says, hello, Jessica, and me. Just because I'm anxious, but I'm working on it. Okay. Let's see if we can steer ourselves away from the anxiousness easily. We don't ever want to do anything too strenuous when we're anxious, because we don't want to create any friction. By the way, our friend, the amazing energetic Joshua, has a live 2 up. It's ASMR. He's got cars going by. Adam says, are you familiar with Nitsky's Free Man? I am familiar with Nitsky, not super greatly. I love his idea on voluntary suffering. Hey, Chris. Chris says, hi, Yogi and all. Hey, it's September. September is going to be a new slot of Nature's All Realms and Yogi singing the TV show themes. We got to come up with a better title for that. Deb says, everything. Harmony was the riddle answer and flowed from Cat Jack to your channel. Certainly did. Adam, after breathwork, do you want to come up and talk free will? Course in Miracles stuff? Course in Miracles definitely presents a version of free will. Ultimately, when you're on a non-dual path, and I do believe A Course in Miracles is a non-dual path, you have to let that concept, of course, of free will go. He says, internet is being okay now. He says, Sissy, I've missed you today. I'll catch you soon. All right, let's do some breath work real quick. It is starting to get a little, not colder, but cooler. But we'll have some hot days again. We'll have some days in the 90s. We might even hit 100 in September or even October. Winters can be cold with occasionally warm days. Adam says, if you like Yogi, I'm mostly just full of questions. Well, we can bat those questions around together. It's always up to you. I will definitely do the breath work with you. All right, let's do. Hey, Heavenly Star. Heavenly Star is a member for 1 month. Basic support. Thank you so much. I really appreciate my members because it's an important way of helping out my channel, helping me out. So thank you so much. Heavenly, you are a true friend. Heavenly says, Yogi Bear. All right, so how about after breath work, Adam? If you do want to come up. Ellie has exams this year. We're going to do 4, 7, 8 breath. We're going to do 8 rounds. Ellie is stressed. So Ellie, this breath work will help. Here's what we do. We breathe in the nose for a count of 4. We hold for a count of 7. Heavenly Star says, now go get your tat. I'm going to be putting a request from a friend the next time they stop by to take me to the tattoo place up the street, and I'm going to get my Heavenly Star tattoo. Thank you, Heavenly Star. Heavenly Star is the best. Hey, Tiger King. So we breathe in the nose for a count of 4. We hold for a count of 7. We exhale through the mouth, pursed lips, tongue on the roof of the mouth, behind the front teeth, with a very soft and easy whoosh. You'll pass everything, Ellie. You will. So, hey, bud. Tiger King, nice to see you. Are you guys ready? Hey, super artist. Hey, relaxing. Thanks for being here, my friend. Jessica is ready. So here's where we're going to start. We're going to start by closing our eyes. Take a breath in through the nose. And just an easy sigh. Let the shoulders drop. Relaxing the shoulders all the way down to the fingertips. Easy breath in. Easy breath in. Relax the jaw. One more easy breath. On the exhale, let your legs relax all the way down to the tips of the toes. Now just sit and watch the breath. Hello, Seth, my friend. Watch the breath. Be the observer, the witness to the breath. Breathing in, breathing in. We're going to do 8 rounds of the 4, 7, 8 breath. I'm going to count to 3. We'll begin our first breath. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax. Let the breath go. Just sit here and return back to being the observer of the breath. As the observer, nothing can upset you because you just observe. And who you are is not the thoughts in the mind and not the sensations of the body. You are the observer of them both, the witness. At any time, you can watch the breath and remind yourself that you are the observer, at peace and at ease. When you're ready, open your eyes, and I'll see you in the chat. Seth, how are you, my friend? I'm sorry you got thrown off, Ellie. Super Champ says, don't do something for others just because they have expectations of you. That will only get you more frustrated and stressed. So let yourself go and do everything that you do for yourself above all. Well, it's one way to do it. Heavenly says, you're welcome, brother. Sniper, I'm the peacekeeper. You've always have been, Heavenly Star. You always have been. Guys, are you connected to Seth Adventures? Seth says, thanks a lot again. Get you back to Lee. Thank you for relaxing, my friend. It says, thanks, Muhammad. You are amazing. He sure is. Because Jessica says, thank you, Eric. You're welcome. Seth says, let's go. Two-Brother says, you're welcome, Ellie. Just never give up. Heavenly says she loves everyone equally. I've always seen that. Sorry, your leg, it still hurt. I haven't seen Anna. It might have been 2 days. Hope all is well with her. We certainly miss her presence. So I hope that helped, Jessica. We can do a little bit more at the closing of the live stream if you want. Emily says, there's my beautiful Jessie. Hey, Brian. Brian, what's up? Lee says, I do too, Yogi. She's missed. She is. She's such a steady presence. Snapper says, Brother Brian. Seth says, Yogi, please check me and what's up? Not much is up, Seth. What's up with you? Guys, our friend Seth is he's a good friend. Me and my channel. If you can reach out, make sure you connect with him. He will reach out and connect with you back. Jessica says it did. Thank you. And we can do some more before you live stream if you want. Ellie says, missing her. Me too, Ellie. Hey, Keith. Great workout today, Brian. Hey, guys. Brian Lane is getting very, very close to getting his watch hours in. He'll get 3,000. We can get him there well before Christmas. If you have some extra time, and you can put up one of his playlists. Heavenly says, I got told that I pulled my muscle in the back of my left leg. So I got ice and heat. My leg, no exercise. So did they say for how long? I hurt my hamstring once too. Doing something stupid. Speed work for running. I was doing fartlek training after a heavy deadlift session, and I was on a some kind of allergy med that had me a little dehydrated, and I felt that ping in the hamstring. This says, "Check me now, Yogi." Seth is at 1.28 subscribers, guys. He is a friend from Kenya. You can keep in touch with me through his WhatsApp number. So again, make sure you go visit. I think you will like hanging out with him. Brian says, "Thanks, Eric." Keith says, "Heavenly, as you enjoy reading these words, realize your muscle discomfort just automatically and naturally fades into your complete comfort and peace with every healing breath." Thank you again, relaxing. Marlon says, "I'm also a bit hurt with my low back. Feels even thinking if I need to see a doctor. Definitely no significant training, no back training anyway. Probably limited legs, right? Definitely no squatting." Heavenly says, "Brother Lane, I was in your stream, had to show you love and support." Heavenly says, "And Yogi Bear, 5 days at best." Hey, Joe. Joe, how you feeling, my friend? You've been in my thoughts and you've been in my prayers. Heavenly says, "Big Brother Hulk." What did I hear about you and Brian getting in? Wasn't double. Was it triple Navy SEALs? And Marlon says, "I could go live at some point in time, but I don't know what I should show myself doing." Hey, you know what? It might be a good thing, though, showing people how to work around injuries. Brian says, "I've been listening to the 428 tuning forks. Heals muscle faster." Joe says, "Squirrel." And Brian says, "Hulk." Keith says, 99 subs. Is anyone here not subscribed to Keith? I don't know if I'm subscribed on my other channel. We're about to find out. Hey, Adam, you still around? All right, Adam, you are now at 100. Maybe someone here can help him get to 101. Sorry, guys, I had to switch my account. So make sure you have some questions for Squirrel Sniper, for me and Squirrel Sniper. We're going to be deep in conversation. 525. Joe says, "Double Navy SEALs. Try them today." You going live, Joe? 5 Pump Navy SEALs. Gotcha. Brian says, "I believe it sounds like the ancient Egyptians, ancient Greeks as well. Actually, almost every ancient civilization." Guys, we got our guest for today. It was not advertised, but we'll do another session together and we'll advertise it. To a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. This is Percolated Fish, and this is our friend Adam.
Hello. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I was making coffee. I'm a bad typer.
Hey, Abigail. All right. Free will. Yes or no?
No and yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How so?
I mean, I mean, the breakdown is that we're subconsciously driven, and I mean that's really proven through psychology and human action. Um,
Right.
so 95 people like to throw out percentages, but we do have a opportunity to pause, reflect, maybe seek our higher self or God, universe, whatever. And there is a perfectly aligned action which stems from love, and when we fall into that perfect action, then we do have free will.
Now, is there an agent that can make a choice? Is there um, an agent that is separate from the agency that is making choices?
Yes.
Now, Buddhism and neuroscience talk quite frequently. Buddhism is all about the no self. There's no self. In the absence of a self, where's the agency? Who is the agency? Who is the agent?
The agent is us.
Okay.
The illusion is everybody else, I believe. Uh, have you heard of absurdism?
Absurdity.
Absurdism. Oh,
Camus.
God. Yeah,
Albert
yeah,
Camus. Yep.
yeah. Okay, so I mean, we ask the universe questions. The universe, when I ask the universe questions, it answers me in the weirdest ways. But some say the universe doesn't answer. The universe is, and in fact, some course teachers say that God is somewhat indifferent and that the Holy Spirit is the interpreter. So I mean, there's truth and there's an interpreter for us. But anyway, so I mean, if it's all absurd, if it's absurd for a person to find meaning in a meaningless universe, then they have a choice to drop out, to subscribe to some kind of religious dogma or whatever, or be an absurdist. And in the absurdism, he clings to that life matters because he chose to live. So I find that really, I like to look at these philosophical structures through a Course in Miracles lens, where um, it is absurd to me how some people try to find God. Um, no offense to any snake handlers out there who believe that getting bit by a rattlesnake will, I don't know, prove faith or something. I mean, if that gets you there, great. You know, um, but I find it somewhat absurd. I I find I find a lot of people's actions absurd. However, the bottom line is all life is important, and then I think on a social level, that concept is genius because whatever your way is fine, but we're all people here. I really went off the rails on the free will thing, I guess.
No, we're still, and that we want it that way. Hey, Big Al, we want to be able to pivot as the conversation goes. You know what I mean? There's no need for us to stay exactly on point. I do want to ask you, Nitsky, what are you going to say?
Well, the free man. I mean, God is dead. I killed God. God remains dead. That's a horrible quote. I'm sure I'm wrong. But anyway, deconstructing, or not deconstructing Nietzsche, but the free man is a person who has gone through the deconstruction of religion. And Nietzsche once said, the only God I will believe in is the God who can dance. And I just find it odd that he said that because, I agree. I mean, if we are basing our God concept on authoritarianism, or I mean, we really have to examine where all these beliefs come from. And the free man is supposedly reconstructing his life with more concrete, applicable belief structures, and maybe not even belief structure, but more of a compass to guide the ever changing terrain of life. Um, so I find I loosely tie the free man to, I think, what A Course in Miracles talks about free will. That we are the only choice that works is the better choice.
Right.
So since there's only one choice, is that free will. However, I see a lot of results of bad choosing, I guess.
As long as we believe that we are separate from each other and separate from God, as long as we believe that we are an illusory self that is somehow apart from God, there is the appearance of free will. But once we give up, this is along the lines of Course in Miracles. But once we realize that we are part of the holy agency itself, there's no need for free will because we're always choosing love. Non-duality would say there's no self, and yet somehow choices are made.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, by the way,
I just had a vision of somebody. Oh, go ahead.
I just want a lot of people asking who this is, and this is Percolated Fish, our friend Adam. Adam has been up before. Adam's come up and has sang some awesome songs before. Today we're talking free will, and I also might steer towards you and your own discovery of the Course. But for now, let's keep on with free will. And if anyone has,
you really
go ahead.
You really put that well. I had a visual. It's like we have the. It's like banging your head against the wall and breathing. You really don't have free will to breathe. You do and you don't. I mean, it's one of those asympathetic, sympathetic things. But you pass out, you're probably going to breathe. So in that sense, you're doing what you're designed to do. However, you can choose to go bang your head on a wall, but it has nothing to do with your persistence through time.
Right. Hey, how much percentage are we microbes? Do you know offhand?
Oh no, but I
You know where I'm going?
yeah, it's like over half, I think. Or I don't. It's a big number.
It is, and it might
I
be.
mean,
Yeah, it's definitely over half. So if we are over half microbe, who's making the decision?
yeah, yeah.
And when we enter deep meditation, and I know you've been in pretty deep meditation, and there's absolutely no thought, who is there to make a decision? Where's the free will? In the absence of a single thought, who can make a choice?
Well, in the silence, there is no such thing as decision. It's not even a concept.
Right.
I don't get it. So,
I love, again, Course in Miracles talks about us being ideas in the mind of God. We are ideas having ideas. And as long as we have the idea of free will, we have free will. But once those ideas disappear, we're just in the mind of God. We're just thoughts in the mind of God.
yeah. If I am there, I uses the I am, but not in the Exodus type of or the I am discourses. But my believing makes it real. My presence is producing. Anyway, yeah. We're free to have ideas, but they don't mean anything.
Right. Ultimately, no. Ultimately, it comes back to Camus, absurdity. Um,
Yeah.
I don't like his solution. Have you ever met a happy philosopher?
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Um, Nietzsche certainly wasn't happy and didn't have a very happy ending at all.
I've never heard of a profitable, marketable, uh, happy philosopher.
Oh, there you go. I know what's the matter. You says there's no free will. It's all cause and effect. It's not just input of cause is so complex to the human order that about a year or so ago we can no longer be easily seen. Didn't quite get all of that. What's the matter, you? Um,
Well, what about I could choose differently? I
Agreed.
could choose differently. I mean, that's in the course, and it implies free will because there is choice.
The
Um,
the course mentions free will quite a bit, and we are free to choose, but we can't choose the curriculum. We can only choose when we want to take the class, when we want to. Do we want this lifetime to step on the path of Course in Miracles, or do we want to put it off?
um,
Thank you, Heavenly.
I guess it's a matter of, I don't know. I mean, it really comes down to a matter of perspective. I've heard some Gnostic gospels comment that Jesus, when he was going to the cross, he acted like it was no big deal. And I had an issue as a youngster about Father, Father, forgive them. No, I'm sorry. Father, Father, why did you forsake me? And really, that's when he when that's recorded, whatever. When that was said, it was a reference to a psalm, which everybody around that time would probably know that he was quoting Psalms. And the psalm goes on to say that God did not forsake David, that it was his perception of whatever. But I mean, life is just a series of situations, happenings, and we are we are somewhat free to perceive them differently.
Right.
Very uncomfortable.
I wanted to mention something. What's the matter? You said about, which is, by the way, an awesome channel name. Um, it's all cause and effect. However, we always have to keep tracing things back to the cause. By right, we could say it's just effect, 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 effect to the one and only ultimate cause, which is God Himself, herself, itself, is the only effect that matters. We could trace every single universal effect to the Big Bang, right? But what was there before the Big Bang? That little singularity of existence. What caused that singularity of existence? What caused it to expand into the universe? So there's always tracing everything back to whatever original cause was there. Hey, Stats.
I always thought it was funny that people want to live forever, but they want to have a precise beginning. I don't necessarily subscribe to the Big Bang. I would believe more the universe is like a toroidal field, or a, if everything's wave, and it's an ebb and a flow. I mean, maybe everything does get stuck back to one specific point. Um, anyway, I'm just very. I love dabbling with ideas, but again, ideas are. It's kind of like, to me, life is kind of like swimming a mile or something. You're swimming the mile. That is, that's just that. You can think about the mile. You can think about your strokes. You can think about your taxes. But really, it has nothing to do with what's really happening. So we can conceptualize, we can invent belief structures, but really, I really, that's why I like Nietzsche. I mean, I don't mean to be a rude, but just let's deconstruct it all. I mean, if we have no belief structures at all to protect whatever the hell we were trying to protect, life is really weird.
Right.
And I think the thing that happens in plant medicine and all that is that we start to peer beyond our belief structures just by ingesting something that's somebody believes is going to open their perception or allow new things in their life. They're taking that step of faith or whatever that I can accept something new. Well,
Is Nietzsche your go-to philosopher?
no, not at all.
Do you have one?
No. I have a hard time. I respect Jesus. I respect Buddha. I respect Mick Jagger. But I mean, the older I get, my pedestals have been whittled down to where maybe somebody's a little better at this or that, but I really, and maybe it's a reaction to mythology being so prevalent in politics and the guiding force of this world. But I really find a danger in over respecting anybody.
I would have thought maybe Spinoza or Schopenhauer might have been your go-to.
Oh, I like them both. Dostoevsky,
Me too. Me
love
too.
is hard. Love is very hard. I'm so bad with names, and I hear all this stuff, and I would probably attribute, something Dostoevsky said to Schopenhauer or whatever. I don't know. It just kind of blends together.
Kenneth Wapnick, the course teacher, the original editor of the course, was very much taken with Dostoevsky, especially the Underground Man and his 4x4, or his 2 + 2 = 4. And he used that as a metaphor for the mundane, everyday world society. 2 + 2 always equals 4, and you are expected to live in that world. But what if you want 2 + 2 = 5? What if you want to step out of that and live a different life, a different reality? And that's what the course is asking, for you to maybe, in the level of form and the level of function, go about the 2 + 2 world, but always know that 2 + 2 actually equals 5, and that the only equation that actually truly matters is 1 + 1 always equals 1. There's only one.
I like that. Yeah. I think the underground man is very interesting because, I mean, Dostoevsky invents a person who is just he shows us things in ourselves that we just don't like. He's real petty. He's quite resistant to tearing down the walls that imprison him, basically.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna read our friend Stats comment real quick. I believe we have free will. I believe when you choose a free will, the life map says recalculating, as there's a predestination. God's goal is here. What we move to, and what lessons we do, not be.
I like it. I forget what scientist it was like, I forget the guy's name. I'm so horrible on this stuff. Some course teachers say that we're all going home. We're all going home, one way or another. And if you want to believe in there'll be a separation from the wheat and the chaff, which a lot of spiritual people believe, that's fine too. However, to be a true loving being, a microbe of God or whatever, it's not for us to judge. It's not for us to judge who's wheat, who's chaff, whatever.
Hey, let's consider this, that um, the course metaphysics says that we are right now asleep in the mind of God, dreaming in an illusory world. So we can say that there is free will, but it's part of the illusion. And when we wake from the dream, we're at home in heaven, we're at home in the mind of God, where there's only the mind of God, and no free will is necessary because there's only love. There's no choice to be made.
Wow, I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
I love
That,
how the course points out that in Genesis, it says that Adam fell into a deep sleep, and nowhere in the rest of the Bible does it say Adam
yeah.
ever woke up.
Yeah. I haven't woken up.
It makes me want to grab you and say, Adam, wake up, Adam. I'm stuck in this dream, man. It all
I
comes down
think
to
the
you,
AI
Adam.
tried to answer projected. It just didn't work for me. So whatever. I'm not gonna beat myself up over my inadequacies to travel consciousness. Anyway, oh yeah, I like that. The whole dream thing, the dream world. I mean, I'm sure you've lucid dreamed, right? Most people have at some time or another had a lucid dream. Well, I find life to be very similar. I mean, we have memories that impress us so hard and so deeply that I think it's a combination of lucid living or and also trauma, things we can't process, but also being touched so deeply by whatever a person, events. I don't know, like maybe the first time you really look into your child's eyes, and I don't know, some of those sappy things. But I mean, there are definitely levels of awakeness while we are supposedly awake. Um, and I think that's something the course asks us to do is live a little bit more lucidly.
Right.
Um, you know, I think
How
the biggest,
seriously how seriously would you take a lot of things um, if you knew it was a dream and that you were eventually going to wake up?
um, I would take them seriously.
Would you? But would you be a little more relaxed if you knew it was going to be a dream?
I would be relaxed.
Right.
I'll tell a story. I'm going to tell a little bit risky story, but are there any children in here
There's
at the
some young
time?
people.
Okay, well, it's not too, maybe PG-13ish. All right, I was in a lucid dream. I'm walking around. I see this beautiful woman, and I approach her disrespectfully. I'm treating this woman in my dream as an object, which is not cool. And the woman turns to me and says, "Well, I'm glad you're awake, but that's really not acceptable here." And at that moment, I realized that just because I'm lucid and awake here does not mean that there's not others who are lucid and awake here.
Right.
And whether it's a projection of myself or not, I need to treat these things with respect, with reverence.
Um,
So,
I love that. I absolutely love that.
I mean, I kind of told them myself that I might have a tendency to objectify women. I've worked on it for many years. Yeah, I do find I was an art student, so find beauty in the human form and when other things. So whatever.
Um, me think of a better way to ask what I asked you, because I understand what you're saying, and I absolutely agree that um, for one,
Oh, I got you. Okay, I'll answer. I find all the things that happen in my life somewhat ridiculous and silly, and sometimes I see evidence of nightmare. Sometimes I see evidence of a cartoon. In my external world.
right?
And people's behaviors and blah blah blah. But really, all that matters is where I am inside in myself. I mean, I should treat my inner world with. If I treat my inner world with utmost respect and reverence, then that should help me in the external.
Right.
A natural byproduct of if I revere myself, that I would revere others, if there are others,
Um,
maybe.
there, I like the thought of Ramana Maharshi said when he was asked how do we treat others, and he replied with a smile and said there are no others.
Yeah.
However, there's the appearance of others, and I like the thought of holograms. Uh, there's just one of us holographically um, reflecting that oneness. I also like the thought of just ideas in the mind of God. Is one idea ever separate from another idea? It can be different. It can be expressed differently, but is it ever separate from the mind?
I also like it because to me, ideas are fluid. Um, in that, there's a psychological study. Memories aren't like some kind of film you captured from the past. Memories get recreated over time. Um, Memories are present moment construction.
Right.
So ideas are also, um, present mind construction. And it's obvious if you build something or design something. Early in the design phase, it's vague, it's whatever. You get into the nitty gritty of it, and you come up with more solutions, more designs. The idea is really always the same, except it is a process.
Hey,
So
can you say that again about what a memory is?
a memory is a construction in the present.
Um,
It's a mental construction in the present.
that's an awesome thing to say. The course says that the one holy true thing that one can say about the past, the one wholly true, absolutely true thing that one can say about the past is that it's not here.
Yeah.
So that's the nature. That's the nature of forgiveness, right there. What you think happened, what you think your brother did to you, never actually happened because it's not right here, right now. You can reconstruct it as something in the present moment, but it's never the thing itself.
I think that belief structures evolve because they're afraid of the future. I mean, it's like if I'm dealing with a person who has had a predictable behavior, I am going to enter into that relation with a construction of what they have done and try to predict what they're going to do in the future. So I myself am trapping someone in habitual action. A good example is trying to break free from alcohol or whatever, an addiction. Um, we get addictions, we get people around us to support our addictions, our belief structures, or whatever, our methods of dealing with. We attract, and when we try to start changing our behavior, we have all these people that expect us to behave this way. And I mean, it's a tricky thing. It's really half of the battle of changing is allowing yourself not to care that people are going to resist the change. Sometimes you have to get out of environments or whatever, but it's our perception of what other people think about us that often holds us down. If people expect us to do this, then oh God, we have to do it.
Right. Evan says, what about knowing someone's future is knowing their past? I don't understand the last part of the question, but the future is just a construct of the present moment as well.
Possibilities. I like to think possibilities are endless.
Right.
You know, I don't know what would make me ultimately happy, but I hope it just shows up one day. I haven't figured out what that is yet, though.
I like how Deepak Chopra calls it from the Vedic tradition, infinite potentiality. There's infinite potentiality for anything to exist, and if we can follow the synchronistic events, then we can bring in that one infinite possibility, that one infinite potential to this present moment. That's basically what a master does. That's basically a master manifester, is able to manage those synchronicities to bring about a particular potentiality. So what do you want to manifest here, Adam? Take your pick. You only have infinite, in the illusion of free will, we only have infinite possibilities. We should.
I guess I could say like lesson 102. I want everybody to have the bliss that I had. My most blissful moment. I wish that on everybody. I wish everybody, Christmas morning or whatever fulfills everybody's,
Hey, on that subject, Adam, what was your most blissful moment that you can recall?
There's a lot, but probably my most peaceful, blissful moment was when I was freshly married, and we got really good sheets, like high thread count, Egyptian cotton type stuff, and we had a simple house, and there was a breeze that would blow through, and Saturday afternoon, lying in bed, we had no children at the time, no responsibilities, just lying there and with the breeze, snow, everything's fine. Wife by my side. Yeah, that was a beautiful moment, and it's very undefinable. It's not like when I got something or when I got married. These banner moments. No, it was just I have vague recollections of smells in cars when I was riding with parents as a youth, going to somewhere new. I mean, my most blissful moments are very vague and just come out of nowhere.
Stats wants to know, Yogi, please could you tell us your guest Adam channel is, please? He is Percolated Fish. And hey, did your new video come out?
Yes, it did. Oh, awesome. And thank you, Dolly and Debster for watching it. Let's go here. I had to take my glasses off. That's why I'm a bad. I don't communicate well. Glasses bug my eyes. I need to invest in a computer. It would be very helpful in these moments.
Hey, you know what I love about it? Probably what I love most about A Course in Miracles? Same about Buddhism too. Same about yoga. You can dismiss all of the metaphysics, all of the philosophies, and just practice forgiveness. Just practice kindness, and that's enough. Now, I think it's extremely helpful to have those metaphysics, to know that we are the dreamer and not the dream, to know that we can wake up. But I don't know if everyone needs to know that in order to practice forgiveness. If you know that forgiveness frees you from the past and breaks the future wide open, maybe that's enough.
Well, before Course in Miracles, I was meditating a decent amount and getting into more Chinese stuff. Anyway, I had my wallet stolen from the dock down there, and it had all my money in it. And my children were up, my sons were up for the weekend. So here I am. I have 2 days with them. I have no money, and you know, in the past I would have had looping thoughts about just anger and whatever. But I really made a huge effort to view it as a cloud passing by. Events are clouds passing by. And I kept telling myself that, and logically, to forgive events, to forgive people, to forgive whatever makes perfect sense, because if I don't, then I'm just torturing myself.
Right.
And, if I'm going to die when I die, whatever that is, then if I have a small amount of time to exist, why would I want to torture myself with envy and I can't think of the word, just anger, resentment. Why would I want to cloud my existence with resentment and
Hey,
all this?
I want to clear up, and you can help me do this. The difference of forgiveness as seen through the mystical tradition of A Course in Miracles, through that mystical lens, and the everyday forgiveness that we are taught to believe is forgiveness.
I'm familiar. I mean, it's easy to say this is a dream, and people behave this way or that way. And that helps. I mean, it helps to know that someone's acting out of a unconscious, dreamlike state, and that there's a real person in there somewhere. There's a real boy in Pinocchio. But really, I kind of look at it more like, what in me really got injured? The underground man. He feels slighted by a superior, a savior, or something. He carries this for years. Well, it's a made up wound. I'm not saying that people don't have real suffering, but resentment is just torturing yourself.
Picking at a scab.
Yeah. Somebody said that. One of those philosophy dudes. But yeah, it's picking at a scab. Yeah, it's so I'll tell a story about my brother. I have 3 siblings. My sister's a doctor. My brother is a retired biker mechanic, and my other brother is he's an embezzler mostly. And he's ripped off family members, and he's created a nobody really wants to trust him, right? And I have really nothing he can steal. A couple of items. I don't want to own anything I couldn't live without personally. That's just me. And but is it a chance that he's still an embezzler? Yeah, it is. But I'm not harmed by that. My life is okay. I mean, is he free to make bad decisions? In my opinion, well, yeah. And I forget which philosopher said pick a side, or maybe it wasn't a philosopher, it was a spiritual teacher. But you got to pick a side. Do you want to create a wake of destruction and selfish behavior, or do you want to have a loving effect on the world? So, well, I really got derailed there talking about my
No,
brother.
um,
Um,
I want to go with that statement again from Course in Miracles, that the one holy true thing that one can say about the past is that it's not here. If it's not here, then everything's already instantly been forgiven, except the
yeah,
point that you made, we're reconstructing a past event in the present moment that we simply don't have to do. And holding on to doing that over and over and over again, does that bring us any sense of peace? Are we happier when we do that, or does it keep us trapped in that reconstructing of a past event that just keeps us trapped in that misery?
it
So
does.
now we come back to free will and choose once again. How about if you chose to not keep reconstructing it?
Um, my brother's story, or
Well, just in forgiveness in general.
um, yeah, I don't think that you have to reconstruct the past to deal with anybody in the present.
Right. Now
For the most part.
I have an important question to ask you. Here's the thing that everyone brings up. But won't I get hurt again if I don't do that? Won't they do the same thing? Won't does that mean I have to uh, uh, open my arms and accept this person as my bosom buddy all over again, even though they truly hurt me?
Well, I guess for me, what do I want from people? What do I want from you, Yogi? What is why what do I want from you? Do I want to extract something from you? Do I want to you know um, if I have no personal gains, personal desires, then uh, then I'm safe. Uh, I feel very safe. Um, I don't want a girlfriend. I really don't want a girlfriend, so I don't really feel vulnerable. I mean,
Right.
can I open up my emotions? I can open up my emotions to anybody because I really don't feel that shameful. I'll tell you my habits. You can strap a camera to my head, follow me around all day. I don't care. But
You were saying, what do I want? And the course phrases it in another way that's very, very helpful is, what is this for? What is anything for? So when
yeah,
a
yeah,
relationship comes into your life, when something comes into your life, what is it for? And we get to decide what this is for. Is this for my present moment awakening? Is this for my peace of mind? So anyone who comes into your life, and we can think, what is this relationship for? And ultimately, we can have any relationship be for our practice, for practicing forgiveness, for practicing kindness, for extending love. Um, it can be for spirit, it can be for love instead of the ego.
I would comment, Yogi, that if my objective was to become a professional forgiver, then I would really be seeking out horrible encounters. I might get involved in politics, for example. If I really wanted to forgive, I'll just jump right in the mix of what I perceive as, mythology and insanity. But anyway, I guess what I'm saying is, do I want to forgive? Not really. Maybe that's a weakness of mine. And as far as say there was an armed thug running around patrolling Nazi Germany, whatever.
Right.
I know this person is prone to violence, and I know this character is prone to these behaviors that are damaging physically to me. Am I going to approach them time and time again to be a whipping boy? That's not my, no. I
Right.
mean, if somebody does that, more power to them, But with that said, I would like to talk about mirroring, okay, and resonating. Does that resonate with you? Yeah, okay. But if something doesn't resonate with me, then that is a sign, according to Carl Jung, that somewhere I have a shadow to deal with. If I hate thieves, then somewhere in me there's something about thievery to deal with. Subconsciously, um, whatever leaves a bad taste in our mouth about an encounter or whatever is a very good lesson.
So
It,
now we're talking about projection,
right.
which brings us back to um, that one mind that we are. Uh, I love again Kenneth Wapnick saying we talked about that this morning. The only thing that we are supposed to do, one practice, is to search every dark corner of the mind and shine light on it. And the world is showing us all these dark corners. And our only job is to discover them. We don't even have to discover them. Someone's going to jump up and say, "Hey, I'm a dark corner." Um, more
They
than ha-
will.
more than happily, more than half. Someone's going to do it on this live stream probably, and we get the opportunity to say, thank you, a dark corner." And we shine. And forgiveness is simply shining light and watching it dissipate,
Right.
watching it vanish right in front of us.
Yeah. I know that somewhere in me it's just a horrible ego, because one of the things that really bothers me is pompous behavior, arrogance. Um, it always leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and and that tells me that I'm arrogant.
Hey, I want to answer a question, or you and I to answer a question from our friend Rebecca. Can everything be forgiven? I think some things are unforgivable, like example, hurting children and animals. And that's a very often asked question. But what about someone who hurts children or animals, which is horrible? However, it's a sickness. It's not a sin. It's a sickness. There's really no such thing as sin as we see it. Especially you and I have talked about the original definition of sin. So if it's a sickness, do we find um, someone who is suffering from cancer to say that they have an unforgivable condition? Now that doesn't mean they don't need to be treated away from those who they can hurt, but it doesn't um, negate the fact that it is a severe mental illness and not someone who is evil, not someone who is a sinner.
I have the benefit in my life that, first of all, I was a self-centered atheist for many years, and then I also went mad. I committed myself to a mental institution. Um, yeah, I took a pill, but I was experiencing madness. Um, I don't know. I mean, I've had such deep hatred. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't think you should ever forgive an act, but try not to personalize the action. I guess is my best advice to forgive the unforgivable. If you personalize the action, you want to put a name on it. You want to box it into that body that did the action, when it was really a horrible action. Um, um, yeah, and I agree with you, Yogi. I mean, it is a sickness. Thought can be a sickness.
Right. We never confuse form and the formlessness itself. No one even has to know that you're going around forgiving. We don't need to announce it. I forgive you. We don't need to be high and mighty about it. You can't hurt me. I forgive you. It's all done at the level of mind. So we don't want to confuse symptoms. We're not forgiving symptoms. So we're not forgiving the mistreatment of a child or an animal. We are forgiving the identity of someone thinking that they are this separate entity that is able to hurt someone. So it's all done on forgiveness is done on the level of formlessness itself, not on the level of form.
I'll say this: I'm a little afraid of past life regression. Or knowing my past life. However, the whole idea of past lives I find great because I could have been Hitler. I could have been Napoleon. I could have been a real scoundrel in a previous life. And knowing that, I have the capability of being the most twisted acting person on the planet. That capability is within me. It helps me, kind of understand how other people can fall into weird mental crap. I mean, I guess I have to ask myself, how would I feel if I was so hateful that I went around killing people? What would my internal world be like?
Right.
I don't think it'd be very pleasant.
I love how the Course says that everyone that we encounter, everyone who we encounter that seems everyone's hurting. Everyone is either asking for love or extending love. And sometimes we are so far removed from that love. We're so caught in our own misperception of who we think, so deeply think that we've created this alternate reality for ourselves, this alternate in the dream. But everyone is either asking for help or appealing for love. Everyone. So what do we do when someone is asking for love? Do we say, nope, you're irredeemable, you've done this and this and this? Or we say that you're so lost. You are so lost within the dream that we need to keep you separate, where you can't harm someone and still offer you love, still help you, but on the level of form, we don't allow someone to continue hurting someone.
I like the Shaolin monks. And I sometimes believe deep in my soul I'm kind of like a Shaolin monk. In that I don't go around hating people or fearing things or anything like that. However, if I saw a person kick a puppy, I don't know, I might do them great harm. I don't know what I would do in a situation.
Right.
If I saw a man beating an old lady in a grocery store, I might kill him. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I'm glad I didn't see these things. I will say I avoid news like the plague. Not only because it's fake news or whatever, but I mean, why do I want to go there? I mean, I know there's so much suffering in the world. And I know that there are people's actions that create this suffering. And I think my favorite part of the Course is that it reinforces that this is a dream. I mean, this is a dream reality. And I've had plenty of bizarre synchronistic moments that they're weird, but they really prove to me this is a dream. For example, I was with my son years ago at the kitchen sink, and we were just cutting up, laughing, and I said agua as an emphasis on something. And water shot up from the drain, about 1.5 feet. Out of the drain, water shot up. And it's like, okay. I mean, my synchronistic moments are very bizarre like that. They don't make sense. They leave me questioning for years. So what are the chances of me throwing Audra and back pressure on a drain spewing water out of a drain? For all you
Right.
plumbers out there, that doesn't usually happen. I've seen that happen one time in my life when I saw when I said the word Audra. Now, um, other, I mean, God, if you took my 1980s version and then I went Van Winkle till today, I would know it was a dream. I mean, politics and people's concepts and the decline of thought, the decline of pendulums, thought forms, of ideas, capitalism, communism, whatever. I mean, um, I'm getting way out there, but I believe that we're all being called home.
Sure.
And I believe that more and more people are feeling this pull. And it's going to have one or two effects. People are going to seek love. They're going to find sparks. It's like a bunch of kids at a concert with the lights out. We're going to go to the lighters, and we're going to get in a group of shining a light on, and then you're going to have the people who run to the darkness that are going to cling tightly to illusions, to mythologies that serve no purpose in modern.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap things up, Adam. I'm gonna close out with one thing to consider. Going back to metaphysics of the course. We're often asked, why would God allow a puppy to be kicked? Why would God allow a world or create a world in which children can be abused, harmed, mistreated? Why is there a world where children starve, where homeless people are accepted? Why would God create such a world like that? And the answer is, and this is the answer to forgiveness as well, God did not create a world that allows that. We have.
It
Collectively.
goes back to free will, doesn't it?
It does. So here's the thing. Do we want to continue with our miscreation, or do we want to choose to create something else?
Yes, we should create something else.
Thank you. Hey, Adam. Actually, on a 100% serious note, thank you for helping me create something else. You are actually in process of doing that with me right now, and I appreciate it.
I really enjoy your channel. I'm slightly addicted to spirituality, philosophy, and whatnot.
Hey, would you think about coming up on a regular basis?
I'd like to come up again. I wasn't really prepared today. I'm kind of a scatterbrain.
I like that. I like the way we work together. If you want to come out once a week, twice a week, let me know, and we'll make it work out. Or just send me a note and say, hey, I wouldn't mind coming up. I want to do this. I'm doing it with Sniper tonight. You've seen Cat and Jack and I.
Yeah.
As well as Miss Flipper. Miss Flipper is going to be a regular on Mondays. Chris and I are going to be singing TV theme songs once a month. I want to fill the live stream with good thoughts, good people, and good actions. So the more people who have stories to tell, things to trade back and forth, the better.
Beautiful people come to your channel. So you get weird moments, but everybody loves everybody, and yeah. I think we're all going home. Just a matter of time, which doesn't really exist.
Yeah, it's like Ram Dass said when he was asked, "Why are we here? What's the purpose?" And he said he really gave it due consideration. And when he looked up, this was in his later years after he had his stroke, and said, "I think we were here just to walk each other home. We're all walking each other home." Could not ask for a better person to walk home with, Adam. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend.
Up to all.
So, guys, we're going to end the live stream now with Adam still here. We're going to say goodbye. Oops, I think Adam, you still here, Adam? All right, guys. I will see you later tonight for hanging out with Sniper. It's going to be fun. Bring your questions. Thank you, Adam. Heavenly Star, my friend, thank you so much for your kindness. You truly, truly blessed me. Caleb Bill, how are you, my friend? Anyone who I might have missed, I apologize. I dislike missing anyone, as you know, but it happens every so often. Guys, that was our friend Adam, Percolated Fish. Go visit his channel. He's a wonderful guy. He's a good friend. I hope he makes it once a week. Anyone else? Is there anyone else who wants to come up to talk spirituality, to talk meditation, to talk breath work, yoga, metaphysics? I'm iffy on philosophy. I'm not great, but hey, if you got it and you care about it and you want to present it, are you working on something big? Come on up and tell me what it is, and let's spend an entire hour talking about it. Whatever it is, coming up and talk to me about your channel. How important is your YouTube channel to you? Are you doing something? Because this is a creative avenue for you to express yourself in a loving manner. Can I help? Let me know. As I was saying, let's do something together, guys. Whatever it is. I love singing with Chris because we're doing something together and because we're laughing. And you know what? We are in a world that has a deficit of true joyful laughter. And when I'm laughing with Chris, it really is a joyful, joyful laugh. I even forget like what's going on because I'm hanging out with a friend. You know, it's a good time. So hey, just let me know. I got you. Gonna go. I'm actually gonna go meditate. Thank you guys. Love you.